What's up, you crazy people? Welcome back to another podcast. An interesting one for you today. We're going to be talking about, do we actually need social media? And the fact that you guys are here right now on social media listening to this makes it all worthwhile listening to this whole podcast. So imagine a world without social media. What would happen if we didn't have social media? And where would we be if we never had social media in the first place? Do we actually need it? Would people be able to survive without social media? Can businesses thrive in 2022 onwards without social media? So most of us understand that social media, you need social media in your business for your marketing, okay? But what we don't fully grasp is, why are people on social media in the first place? Okay, so from marketing point of sense, we're targeting people that are already on social media. Okay, so it comes down to a human desire that we just need to connect with other humans or be part of a group. But do we need social media to do that? So that's what I'm going to be discussing in this podcast. If you're new here, my name is Damian Mooruth. I do social media marketing tips. I just give you all the latest on social media, and I touch on crypto as well. So if that's your bag, smash that subscribe button, tap the bell so you don't miss any videos from me, and please do give me a thumbs up to support my channel. Alright, welcome back to the podcast, guys. Thank you for listening today once again. So, social media, where do we start? Let's start with the actual platforms. This will give us an idea as to why people use social media in the first place. So let's start with the giant, the king of all social media, that is Facebook. As we know, it's the largest social media platform, okay? And we all use it to network and share with our friends and family, all our day-to-day activities, right? So you can put your photos, your children, your accomplishments, okay? If you've just got married, if you've just got engaged, this is the place where people share in mass their news with all their friends and family, and it saves them a lot of phone call and text, right? So Facebook is extremely popular, and people are using it for that reason, but also using it for getting things off their chest. So it's not always good things, it's bad things as well, which is another reason as to why we need social media in the first place. Is it healthy? We'll discuss that in further detail later. So the next one we have is Twitter. Twitter's mainly used for connecting with your immediate network. So what I mean by this is, I'm in social media. Obviously, you guys are in social media because you're listening to this podcast, or if you're into crypto, if you're into motorbikes or cars, okay, Twitter is easier for you to connect with your niche related content and interests, okay? So like I said, I'll give you an example with social media. You can put in the hashtag social media marketing, boom, you'll get all the accounts for social media marketing. You can do that on most platforms, right? But Twitter is an easier place because it's quicker updates, and there's the shorter content for you to connect with quicker on Twitter, okay? So it's typically a place to go for quick niche related content. Pinterest is where we go to get inspired, okay? So I often use Pinterest for inspiration. So it comes up on Google if you're Googling a recipe, right? Or if you're doing some kind of hobby craft with your kids. Pinterest seems to come up for those things because people are uploading their creations and they're sharing with the world through Pinterest. So let's say that you're doing some kind of home decorating, you want some ideas, okay? Or quotes and so on. Cooking, anything like this, okay? Any design work, any home design. Pinterest is the place to go for that. So you can see straight away that we're getting a difference between the social media platforms. So each platform has its own bag, should we say, has its own audience and its own users, right? So they all have their own goal. So those three straight away you can start to differentiate the difference between the three and why you would use them and the type of audience that's on there. Okay, so do we need all the social media platforms? And make a decision for yourself, is it a good thing or not? So moving on, Google Plus. Okay, I think most people are still trying to figure out how to use Google Plus. I see a lot of businesses jumping onto Google Plus due to the obviously the tie-in with SEO. It's Google, right? But there's not many people that actually know about Google Plus, believe it or not. So as I said, people are still trying to figure it out. That being said, the platform is now largely used for sharing and consuming information, just as you would on Twitter and Facebook, okay? Especially in, obviously, the tech industry. So it's Google, but it's not as widely used by the general public. Reason for this is Google Plus actually shut down its personal use in 2019. And it's only now available for enterprise users, businesses. You can still use it for personal use if you have the web browser, if you just go to plus.google.com, but it's not really widely used as a social platform anymore. Moving on, LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn is more of a professional side, okay? So LinkedIn is the professional social platform. It's basically where people would go. Its main use is for looking for jobs, right? So you're connecting with other businesses or professionals, or if you're purely searching for a job, you would put your CV out there, you would put your skills, and you can even get endorsed by other people as well, okay? So you're putting your questions out there to other businesses, you're allowing other businesses and organizations to connect with you through LinkedIn, okay? Now, not only that, you can use LinkedIn to build yourself an audience, obviously for business purposes or marketing purposes. You can get people to follow you on LinkedIn, and you can put professionally written articles for free, okay? So LinkedIn has a whole different audience altogether, okay? It's more of a professional audience. It's an audience that are seeking a very specific niche, and they're looking to consume professional content. So LinkedIn is a great place if you want to get that high caliber follower and content, okay? Now, wake up, guys, wake up. I know this is boring, but I have to go through this with you because you need to understand what each of the platforms are and why people are on these platforms. You can start to build an image as to why people are on social media in the first place and make that decision. Do we need the social media? And you can really see if we need the social media, what the world would be like without social media. Where would we be now? Is it something that we can build on for the future? Is it something that we can lose? Is it something that's going to be in our lives forever? Is it something that needs to be in our lives forever? Right? So moving on to the next giant, which you've probably been screaming out, why has he not mentioned yet? And that is Instagram. So Instagram is arguably the most popular, one of the most popular social platforms, okay? And that's due to its tremendous growth rate over the last couple of years. With adding all the features, they've added the Reels, which obviously was a big competitor to TikTok. And it outperformed the YouTube as well, YouTube Shorts. So Instagram has done really well over the last few years. It's done phenomenally well anyway, but with its growth recently, Instagram is definitely one of the platforms to keep an eye on, okay? Keeping an eye on it is exactly another reason with social media. It's always updating. All the platforms seem to update, and if they don't all update, then they lose the consumers, they lose the audience, and they move on to the latest platform, or the platform that's got the latest update, something new to use, something for us to jump on, us marketers to jump on with the algorithms, right? So all the social media platforms in turn are competing against each other for our use, okay, for us, the consumer. So it's just one big battle, one after another. So many different reasons for social media. So this is one topic which is just ongoing, and I'm interested to know your thoughts and comments. Please do drop them below. Let me know what you think about social media. Do we need it? Why do you use social media? And what do you think the future of social media is? And once again, guys, thank you for listening to today's video. I obviously haven't mentioned YouTube in this because, hey, you've got my channel now. You're on my channel. Go ahead and check out what I'm all about. I talk all about YouTube. So if you want to know about YouTube tips, I have a playlist right there. Smash that subscribe button. Tap the bell so you don't miss any further videos from me. And make sure you hit that like button because that really helps with the YouTube algorithm. So guys, I shall see you on the next video.